Ooh, piece of candy. I'm seeing a lot of Cerebro 2 by Clive. Is that a reaction deck to this amount of destroy? I don't actually think Cerebro 2's destroy matchup is that stellar. It's like, it's not terrible, but like, it's not amazing either. Shadow King, your destroy matchup isn't unplayable, but it's not amazing either. C2's just been consistently reasonable since they since Cerebro got buffed. Oh my goodness, the Colonel America animations. Woo, doggy. Well, now I'm really glad I went in on it this turn. Look at the Colonel. Look at the Colonel get excited, chat. He's so excited. And he just can't hide it. Do 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 do. This lets me tie the center here too. We have priority to dodge Alliance. So we dodge Goliath next turn. However, the thing we're putting face down here does not dodge Goliath. Prodigy Silver Surfer for the lulz. I think it's just optimal, honestly.
Hey, you found a rook.
Might lose left and center here. They have a bunch of face down cards.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Should be good. Question mark. Oh god.
Wind
He
in my hand.
Sometimes lucky rubber ducky. I never doubted us for a second, chat. Some of you are acting like that game was close. It was not. Oh, I should play Victoria. Oh.
I should do.
Pretty fun game, really.
Escaped.
What a bad dog. Alright, hopefully I get like a Swarm or a Scorn next turn, and then we Prodigy Power Man plus Blade. I would snap here if I was into that sort of thing, but I don't want him to leave in a game that's sweet. He's such a hungry boy. I'm gonna play one of these out, because if both of these triggered, we'd fill our hand otherwise. Sweet.
Victory.
Get our lovely Dan hip Helicarrier chat. Got him covered. No guard Ant-Man. Danny is cooking. Danny is cooked. Poor Danny. Well, they could have used their Snow Guard Bear. And instead, that's the bed they've made. You know, it's what it is. It is what it is. Opponent clearly just not as big of a professional as we are. Didn't win their Aunt May's flip, you know. We have the power, man. Kamikaze, thank you for the 28 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, Helicarrier feels like an actually fun version of like airship style stuff.
Opponent snapped.
So I can't Power Man Center because they're a domino deck and I need the discard this turn. There's the TLDR here. And it's close. God, part of me really wants to boomer sap them, but that's what it is. No, yeah, we're good. I think we're Gucci with the White Tiger. Gambit. No, I just want to put the cat into the center. The cat's 9, right? So we got a 18 here. How long has the cat been 9? A month or so at least. But even if it was 8, it was still winning the center. But thank Nick Fury personally for this win. Would not have been possible without him.
Victory.
Good to happen. Good to happen to a nicer tech slot player. Feeling sloppy. Oh, this flipped up first, so I didn't discard anything. That's funny. Power Main helps with the issue I've had with Helicarrier in the past where it bricks my next draw. He does make that a little bit less bad, yeah. If Gambit has no targets to destroy, it just doesn't discard. That is correct. Both your conditions need to be met. You need to have something to blow up and have a card to discard to blow it up. We seem to have created a discard deck that doesn't like Carbartage, Chip. Were mistakes made? Token Tuesday's still worth it. If you are someone with a limited amount of gold, you should be spending your gold resources buying bundles that have series 4 or 5 cards that you're missing. So they periodically release bundles that have currency plus series 4 and 5 cards in them, variants. So you wanna prioritize getting those. I think we're dead here, but I also think this is my best possible line. There's another turn. Yes, I'm aware. Enjoy your Helicarrier, gamer. Do they realize if I win here, they need to put more points here? I'll live for one. There's a world where they mess this up, but I assume on average we're dead. Yeah, if we would have high rolled something like a Modoc, it would have been crazy. What a crippling case of tech card brain. Good night. I guess they were flipping a coin on where the Meek was staying. They were probably flipping a coin on where the Meek was staying. I would be surprised if this build is better than the one I posted the other day. This one's trying to be cute more than anything for the sake of playing Helicarrier. Thus the deck name. We're gonna play some more with it though, because I think discard is powerful in general, and I think you can mix and match in a lot of different ways and still win plenty of games like we've been doing today. We're gonna take an ad break. I'm gonna run upstairs and grab my lunch. And then we'll be back with some more Marvel stuff. Thanks for checking out. Don't go anywhere. If you're enjoying the content on the YouTube side, make sure you tap the like button. BRB gamers. All right. Once more unto the Power Man breach, eh? I really wasn't expecting Power Man to like spawn new variations of discard, but here we are. kind of sweet and fun. Cursive Puppet. I've enjoyed the time snapping. Thank you for hanging out here in Hoaglandia for 33 months. Welcome back. You know, someone else mentioned, speaking of different discard variations, someone said they'd been playing Strong Guy, Colonel America, Morbius with what's it called? Oh, I'm blanking on his name. With Moonstone. It's kind of a fun combo. Probably dead here, gamers. Probably dead here.
I definitely need to change my underwear.
Enough said, bub.
What a game!
Well, we weren't just dead. But Gambit just lost the 1 in 3. And then lost the 1 in 4 and the 1 in 5.
Escaped.
So we'll go next, I suppose. So I don't think we're 0% here. But I don't know that I could realistically stay for 4, right? It's part of the problem. fine. We'll spew. That's fine. It's getting infinite. It doesn't matter. They might not snap because of the bomb. Oh, I'd have won switching the Meek and the Sento. We might win anyways.
I found a rope.
Oh my goodness, we win the breaker anyways. Yeah, I was effectively punting the middle. I should have swapped Meek and Sentinel for sure. Good show. Sometimes lucky, rubber ducky. Norm is probably a bot with these splits. Not a guarantee, but probably. Wanda, appreciate you.
Victory.
It was definitely Cerebro 3, whether or not it was a bot or a human is up in the air. Nope, they emoted at the end. They emoted at the end. You go back and check the tape. That was a person. That was 100% a human. Yep. Which is why, when you hear me talk about my opponent maybe being a bot, I often leave wiggle room and uncertainty. Because it can be hard to tell. They've both made the bots harder to detect, and humans often make an effort to cosplay as bots. And the combination of those two things make it harder to tell. You called their splits bot worthy. Listen, it's just the truth.
Opponent snapped.
My Gambit's so much worse, and I don't have zombie power man. Let's play Marvel Retreat.
Escape.
Win a location with 10 power or less. Nailed it. Easy game. Easy game. How's the new season going so far? A lot of discard and destroy stuff, but not in a bad way. So I'm snapping because Meek here on the location milled a domino. And then Sanctum that we get to jump into, and they likely can. Oh, I missed this one. Fascist Grandpa hit a twofer in the last 24 hours. Not only do we have ICE officers attacking unarmed clergymen, we also have old fascist Grandpa in the White House calling for the imprisonment of the Illinois governor and the mayor of Chicago. Just very, very cool, normal. Very cool, very normal things. It's funny, too, because Pritzker's the first governor of Illinois in a long time that explicitly doesn't deserve to be in prison. But it's been a minute since we've had one of those. Illinois tradition. Yeah, we're very bipartisan in Illinois. We arrest our governors from both parties. And then naturally, to tie that into the circus that is our current White House, the Democratic former governor of Illinois, who was rightfully sent to prison, had Trump pardon him.
Taking aim.
Oh shoot! I forgot Power Man was gonna bend my
Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Misty Knight. Oh, Spider-Man's kind of a fun one with Zombie Scarlet Witch. I hadn't seen anybody else do that one before. It seems sweet. Al, thank you for the over 4 years. Welcome back. A Prodigy's a really good draw. I don't think it really matters. I think this is probably a 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other type situation. Yeah, I think I just let Power Man drop Proximos. That way Morbius can get a little bit bigger. Unironically, Trump pardoning Blago was one of my final I've given up all hope on my conservative relatives moments. Because growing up in a conservative household, my family hated Blagojevich, and I assumed they hated him because of his politics. And then he was pardoned, and they were all happy and fine that Trump pardoned this man they supposedly hated growing up. And it was just like, your emperor told you that he's okay now, so he's okay now. Just stand for absolute nothing. I think it's this. I think it's this. Then we can Power Man plus Morbius next turn. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good context too for anybody who's not familiar with Illinois politics and you're wondering why Blagojevich went to jail. He tried to sell Obama's Senate seat after he was elected president. It's one of those teensy little things we should all agree on is really bad. If you tried playing Zombie Scarlet Witch with Strange Supreme, so that really just doesn't solve the core problem of that card, which is essentially that you just like it doesn't put out enough numbers, the decks that are playing them. How on earth does that work? Governors appoint interim senators. So Barack Obama was an Illinois senator when he was elected president, which left a vacancy that then the governor got to appoint. All right, so they copied death there. I don't get to discard Scorn, unfortunately, because they're going to be winning the center. I'll limp. Rip. I assume this is a copy of Death on the right here as well. Ended up too short over here. It would have only been 7, so it would have been 13. Does anyone else think Jeff the Baby Land Shark should be a Series 3 cards? Cards aren't defined by power level inside of series. Newer slash higher series cards are based on recency more so than power level. I mean, even this most recent set of card releases kind of leads into this fact as well, right? Oh, I did that in the wrong order. I fucked that up. I should have had 5 there and then their thing wouldn't have happened. Zombie Power Man, I think is arguably... Zombie Power Man, I think is arguably the best card to release. Best card to release this month and, or so far. And he's Series 4. Things like Shang-Chi, Killmonger, these are really powerful tech cards that you get in Series 1. I'm losing here, so I didn't get to spin the Helicarrier. So.
Escape.
Honestly, I really don't envy the people in charge of the Marvel Snap economy, because it feels like they made the system, not it feel like they made the system significantly more generous, and it's still just endless complaints. Short of making everything overtly very free, feels like most folks will never be happy. Yeah, it's pretty rare that we play things like Helicarrier. They could give everything away for free and people would still complain. Unironically, they would complain that there's nothing worth collecting. Why would I even log in and do dailies? I have all the cards. I don't need the resources. I wish there was something worth actually playing the game for. It's not rewarding if you're a casual player. Not rewarding in what way? Can you give me an example of a different game that doesn't give you everything for free where you feel rewarded? No, I think that's a fine chase. I think that's a bad ban. Don't do that. We might end up banning them if they come back and say something exceptionally silly. But I'm willing to have a discussion. So help me understand your point of view. Why does it not feel rewarding, and can you give me an example of a different game where you feel rewarded and explain how it's different than Marvel Snap? What are they doing differently that explicitly allows it to feel rewarding? Hey, Melfi, thanks for dropping the prime off again. Good to have you back. No, I agree that people feeling like they're rewarded for playing the game is really important. It's a super important psychological thing. I would just like to know, with an example, what does that actually mean? So I think part of it is a lot of people are chasing a dragon or are aspiring to something that just like doesn't exist for the most part. But maybe they've seen something that I haven't experienced before. This is pretty lovely. We'll probably Prodigy the Power Man next turn. Don't you dare hit the ice cube. Don't you dare, Scored. I agree, Conan. I think the current Marvel Snap economy is very good. I'm gonna do this so that way if both of these get discarded, we pop the Helicarrier. Ooh, that's a fun combo of cards. So I get to go Agony into Human Torch. Come on, Prodigy, eat up. He was a bit full after eating a whole Helicarrier and he needed a second. It seems like it. What if I do this so we bid the scored again? I think I'm into it. I think I'm into it. Marvel Rivals lets you play as all the characters for free. What are the games shaped after that game's cosmetics? Marvel Rivals has magnitudes different amounts of players than Marvel Snap, and it is not a card game. For me, I basically had every card just buying the season passes as a player before. Fuck you, don't come into my chat and lie. That is just the biggest lying piece of shit ever. In fact, after the most recent economy rework is the first time it's actually possible to stay up with the cards because they give you so many more resources. And even then it's close. But no, at no point in Marvel Snap's history were you buying just the season pass and getting every card in the game. No, that is objectively wrong. And that's why I like to talk about the specifics, because people will bring up a specific like that. It's just like, no, just like lying completely out your asshole. Warlock's pretty sweet when there's no Mobius running around. Can you believe that, chat? Someone would just go on the internet and lie? I for one am shocked. Everybody chill. I want to make it really clear, Isaac, because maybe you're used to only watching really timid streamers who whisper into their microphone. I've been streaming for over a decade. It's been my job for 8 years, streaming 2,000 plus hours a year. I can count on one hand the number of times I've been genuinely mad on stream. Just because I tell someone to casually fuck off because they're being annoying or lying outright doesn't mean I'm upset with them. Doesn't mean I'm mad at them. Disappointed, perhaps, because they could and should aim to do better. But, like, truly, the swear word's not gonna hurt you, and it doesn't mean that I'm mad. The bomb jumping right makes my, my power man a little bit tougher. I guess I could snap him out. Do you want to snap him out? I might want to snap him out. Alright, let's do it. This isn't a good snap from my position in the game perspective, but it's a good snap from I want this bomb not necrosha perspective. I think in society, we need to hold each other accountable for those outbursts more often. I just want to let you know, even if it's your job, I just want to let you know that I'm saying fuck you and I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you that what you've said is unreasonable and I don't want you in my space anymore. And I don't have to be mad to tell you to fuck off like we just went over. I can just accurately acknowledge that you're not adding value here and you're annoying, so you could go away. Do you want to Prodigy the Beak? I don't think so. I think I want to discard a bunch of cards. You wanna talk about an actual problem in society, Isaac? You know what an actual problem in society is? A big problem we actually have in our society is what I would refer to as civility politics. It's people like you who are so upset that the idea that someone could say a swear word, but you don't bat an eye about the actual terrible things going on. If me saying an F-bomb casually is the worst thing that you experienced today, your life's probably going pretty fucking swell. There's probably not a whole lot terrible going on in your neck of the woods. If Jeff Hogland dropping an F-bomb was super, super angry and bad for you. Ooh. Does this win the left? How many times does triggers 4 times, right? With double invisible mid? We totally win the left. Does Havoc clean up the right? I don't think so. Oh, they're gonna get another 4 here from this as well. I think we're okay. I don't know. They're just cubes, chat. They'll come back. Ah, I hate gamers. Losing games is always sad, but losing them after the opponent runs the clock down to the absolute maximum is extra sad. Honestly, we probably got ghosted there. They emoted us earlier, and then they ran the clock down to make a really easy, obvious play. I would bet we lost those cubes to them coming to the channel to make sure they were gonna win 8. It is spooky season. To answer the question that's been asked several times over the course of this set, I think this build is significantly worse than the other discard deck that we played, which if you didn't see that featured, it was these 12 cards last night. This deck list had over 1,000 games logged on the public tracker with very good stats. So I think if you're looking from a pure power level and you want to play Power Man in Colonel America, this was more powerful. This one, as the name implies, Carrier Cope, was built with the express intention of trying to leverage Helicarrier and to set an incredibly low bar. I think this was the best Helicarrier deck I've played in a very long time.